Alrighty. Hello. Uh, this is going to be the other half of the team, as Tsume and Shiori are currently separated. Shiori is off on a boat with a bunch of animal-inspired people, going to their continent island of their homeland, I guess is a good way to put it. And has left Tsume behind, much to her disdain.
Grum, grum, grum.
And we last left with Tsume and Shima as they were still in the snow, had went to look for the crazy bow chick, Yone, that had shot up the Raven Scout person, after giving him back to Shiori so that Shiori could take him and heal him on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Tsume looked up and was absolutely terrified upon seeing the commander, which was... I both am happy and upset that you rolled a natural 1 on that will save.
That was not a natural 1.
Was it not?
No.
It was pretty close to 1 though, wasn't it? It was really low.
Like a 3?
Yeah.
Maybe?
I knew it was low. I couldn't remember. I thought it was a natural 1 for some reason. Either way. Yeah, you and Commander person, yeah, that was fun. You almost ended up drowning the Raven guy because you dropped him in the water. Almost.
Almost.
But anyway, you gave the Raven Scout back to Shiori, and Shiori teleported with him back to the boat. And then you went back to try to find the bow chick and couldn't find her. She was probably buried in the snow somewhere, because she does that. And then I think you had initially decided that you were going to go at a charge run like you do alongside Shima, and the two of you were going to go back to Padehachi, or go back to the Kage Manor at least.
Yeah.
So we sort of open up with this one with the two of you charging your way back to the Padekage's mansion. And as I said with the beginning of Shiori's session last time, it's fairly late. The boat, when Shiori was on it, was planning on really starting to get going first thing in the morning. And by the time you make it to the Padekage's mansion, even though you're pretty fast, it's like 11:30 midnight. So it is very late.
Yeah, sleep.
The Padekage's mansion is... most everyone there is asleep, though there is a night guard, or 2 or 3, that have been posted up just on the grounds that they weren't sure, the Padekage wasn't sure if you would be coming back tonight, or what you guys would be up to. So he posted a guard post just in case, and when Tsume and Shima arrive, they find that there's a pair of guards at the north exit entrance, which is where you would be coming to for the Padekage's mansion, that you haven't actually seen before. You interacted with a lot of the other military folk that you had been training with prior, like back before you met Turtle Man. But these two you didn't really see then. It seems as though they were probably either higher up, weren't training, or perhaps they're usually night guards, so they were asleep at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But the interesting to note about these two particular night guards, they're both male, and they appear to be twins.
Oh, joy.
They look exactly the same, and the only real difference between the two is one of them has a scar over his eye and wears his headband, which is for Padehachi, by the way. He wears his headband on his left upper forearm, shoulder, and the other one looks exactly the same but doesn't have a scar and wears his on his left forearm.
Mm-hmm.
And when speaking, when you would be coming up to speak to them, I'm not going, just to have the conversation flow better and be more sort of in character. Being that these two are twins, they are ridiculously synced with each other. So the conversation that Tsume is going to be having might as well be with one person, even though it's with two. They're going to be back and forth when you're talking to them. So when you approach up, they sort of they see you coming. You're like quadruped charging, but you're not going super fast because of you're keeping pace with Shima.
Mm-hmm.
But you come up, and they sort of both stop your path at the gate, and the one with the scar starts. And wasn't there more of you? Weren't 3 supposed to come back?
Yeah, well, no.
No, says the one without the scar. What? Something went down then, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you'll have to make sure the Padekage knows what is going on up there. He's only got so few people up there keeping track of that boat, so she'll have to let him know. She'll have to let him know when he comes back from his meditation in the morning. Oh yeah, right.
Okay, well, I'm going to go get some sleep. So, She's grumpy as in you can feel the grumpiness of this person.
Yeah, she's very, very don't talk to me right now.
She's not angry, she's just grump. And she'll sit there and talk to people. It's just, you can hear it in her voice that she's not too happy.
Right. Alright. And the two of them sort of step aside to let you on through so that you can make your way back into one of the upper rooms of the Padekage's manor to get some sleep. Do you talk with Shima, or do you just go straight up to bed and sleep?
Me and Shima go to bed.
So you go to probably the same sort of beds that you had initially, and sort of just sleep it off. Other than, the obvious worry for Shiori and the anxiety and grump that entails, your night is decently peaceful, unless you randomly want to have a dream about Shiori because you're worried about her.
Well, I should be fine.
Okay. And then you wake up. Do you wake up early? Or not really?
Yeah.
Okay.
As much for morning gruffness is just like,
Yep. Probably go down and get you some coffee. And upon you getting into the like kitchen area, you see a lot of the other the trainees and military folks that are in there getting going, getting woke up. Roll me a listen check.
19, not bad. And 12, so I guess.
Okay, good enough. As you're sort of getting into your morning coffee, you hear like nearby, probably not in the house, but like just outside of the building near the same training grounds from before. You hear what sounds distinctly like building or construction. Not necessarily like extravagant construction, but very loud and very obvious. Someone is building something.
Okay, guess I'm going to go take a look.
Going outside to said training grounds, you see Turtle Man.
Oh, good. Just the person I want to talk to.
He's seems to be working on his tank that he had lost previously. So he's basically gotten some like spare wood, timber, and is just pretending he's in a shop class in the middle of the training grounds in the snow. And he sees you and goes, "Oh, hi. Came back from the boat, huh?"
Yep.
Well, I'm working on this my tank again. Have any talent in building?
Nope.
Aw. Well, I suppose you can just watch. It is pretty fun the way that I have to put this thing together.
I guess. She's just gonna like flop down and just like Shima just goes over and just sits behind her and just plops her head down on top of Tsume's head.
Does she always do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just sipping coffee. The fumes.
I guess you've been around her since you were both very young then for her to be so close to you like that.
Yes.
No one from Garakazu was really close to very many animals.
Oh, there's not much. People that are close to their animals where I'm from.
Okay, fair enough. And then he just sort of gets back to doing what he's doing. He seems, he doesn't seem observant enough to your grump.
That's fine.
He's very much into what it is that he is doing.
I'm going to interrupt them and be like, so what was with the fight yesterday? What happened?
Oh, you mean the one where Pomelo ends up bringing me back?
Yeah. What happened?
Whoever those animal folks on the boat, they came out, sort of, were looking around, scouting around. One of them had wings. It was really cool. And they were just sort of looking around and investigating, and me and Yone were... Did you meet Yone when you were out there? She usually hides in the snow.
Archer chick
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
likes to shoot without reason?
Yeah, her.
Yeah, I met her.
Yeah. Me and Yone were out there sort of just scouting around, and, the scouts came along and were doing the same thing, and we crossed paths, and, well, a fight ensued.
Why didn't you just hide? Like, she can bury herself under snow. She even took me under the ground.
Yeah, she said that she could do that, but, I didn't really like the idea of being confined.
But turtles.
I know turtles, yes, but I am not a turtle. Well, I guess I could be if I have the shell.
What? That's okay.
He seems, like
You
completely...
get what I was going at. Like,
Yeah, I know.
turtles go into their shells and...
Yeah.
Okay.
He's completely oblivious to the irony of that.
Whee.
But, yeah. They came out, I don't really remember who attacked first. That was sort of, I guess that's sort of debatable. But, yeah. We fought them.
When I was out there and stuff, she shot an arrow because they were looking around.
Was it another one of the fly types?
Yeah.
She might have been worried you were going to get attacked. Or both of you.
I was underground when she did.
I don't really...
I don't understand what she was thinking. It's just she seems cool and stuff, but I mean, there's other logical ways of doing things. Like, oh, hey, look, there's a flyer. Just hide underground.
Yone is... She's very direct. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm. And what's up with their headband? Do you know the story behind that?
Oh,
I haven't really seen a ninja before with the cross between their symbol.
yeah, Did you pay attention much in history class?
What?
Yeah. It's when a ninja, it's very common, actually. Well, too common, especially these days. When a ninja chooses to go against the village that they are from, sometimes they will abandon their headbands entirely and go like full-on wandering ninja rogue, or they'll take their headbands and put a scratch through it to symbolize that they are not for their village, they are against it. And that is what happened with Yone.
Now, in a good way or bad way?
I don't know. I really don't, actually. She's...
Please.
She doesn't talk about it. I try to pry it out of her, but she doesn't talk about it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure she's gonna sit there and come back to the village soon. The boat should be gone.
The boat's leaving?
The boat left this morning. Supposedly, maybe.
Oh. But wasn't your friend...
With my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Aww.
He seems to now have noticed you're wrong.
Yeah. Are there training dummies nearby?
You're in a training ground, so yes.
Okay. I think she's just gonna finish her coffee and just like, I need to go hit something. I'll be back. Just, like, go over and just start kicking it.
Yeah. He's...
I would like attempt to break it.
He, when you're getting ready to leave and you go over towards the, target dummy, you see that you get the glimpse of, as you're starting to walk away, he's actually full on finished the actual box that contains his tank. Or that is his tank. And he then is, as you're walking away, he seems to be doing a set of somewhat complex, since Tsume's not really seen a whole lot of water ninjas at work, it looks sort of complex. He does a sort of set of complex hand signs.
What does he do?
You know the concept of, like, when you have a character in some fancy fighting game or other, and they shoot fireballs out of their hands?
Uh-huh.
He does that, but with water, and a geyser instead,
Water?
out of his hand.
Oh.
He's just like, and he basically turns his hand into the equivalent of like a water hose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah. He essentially fills up his tank via water that he creates with his own chakra. But yeah. You go to a target dummy to start trying to beat it up.
Yep.
Do you... Okay.
Give me my strength. I'm gonna activate my strength and just start wailing on it. Just,
do you...
Lost my girl.
Do you want to hit it with the, like, express intent to break it?
Yes.
Okay. So, because on the one hand, you could hit it several times with the intent to hit it, like with a normal attack, and then that's one thing. But if you're hitting it with the full-on intent to actually break it, that's actually a slightly different roll. But you're going to be using your bonus to your strength ranks and things to do it, so...
Yep.
What your boosted strength ranks gives you a +3 to strength, is that it?
Rank 2, it's +2 to attack and weapon damage. And then a +4 to disarm, trip, grapple, bull rush, overrun checks, strength checks, and break, climb, jump, and swim checks.
Is that a +4 to strength?
So I guess since I'm breaking, it's going to be a +4.
Yep. So you're then going to roll, because it's +4 on top of your base strength, which is a +3. So it's a d20
yeah,
plus 7.
Okay. 25.
Yeah.
I would like to think, since it's like, you know, Tsume just like is like wearing her like weights and stuff, but it's gotten to the point where it's just like neutralized. She doesn't even realize that they're there and just like wails on it.
Oh yeah. this training dummy is like kindling when you're done. It's just
Oops.
Kaneso hears you.
She'll sit there and say oops, just like kind of slightly sarcastically.
Kaneso sort of hears you, like, basically shatter it and turn it into kindling, and then he looks up. Oh, I can rebuild that.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's hope that Yone doesn't come back here too fast. Because if you're still
Why?
you can deliver a punch that's just as bad as her arrows. So yeah.
I mean,
I don't want her hurt, okay? I mean, she's not anyone special to me like Shiori is to you, but
why would I hurt her? She seems cool. I just don't understand her intention. That's all.
okay. He then finishes up with his...
She just sits there and like wiggles her arm a little bit with like the weights and stuff, and be like, I need to get new ones.
He sort of tilts his head like he's for the first time really trying to take a more observant look at you, and he's, oh, I get it. You're a taijutsu specialist, aren't you?
I'm not a specialist. It's just it's fun hitting things, and yeah, I do rely on taijutsu a bit.
Okay. I'm more focused on the whole water stuff, you know, and like my tank and all this mess, but I do. And then he sort of looks around his, like his outfit, his ninja uniform, and a little bit, and then he eventually gets and finds a scroll of some sort, and I don't think Shiori does, or Tsume doesn't have ninja lore to really roll it, but you can roll an int if you want to see if you can figure out what it is before he reveals what it is.
Yeah, I don't have ninja lore.
Yeah. So.
I'm just just a straight kid. Just like did not do well in school. I somehow magically made it through the academy, but
You made it through the academy based on prowess, not based on knowledge.
right.
So, yeah. He sort of unfurls the scroll, and you realize that you've gotten a decent mastery in summoning to sort of see that this is some sort of summon-based thing, but it's not a summon scroll for an animal or a creature. It is for something different, and then and he now has a spear.
Cool.
Most of my strength is in bulk, not in like strength like you have. I'm not the greatest at taijutsu per se, but when I do have to fight straight up melee, I usually use this. I don't know. Maybe we could learn from each other or something.
You know, I had just like the craziest idea.
Okay.
I'm sorry, this is just like out of character. Okay, I was like just sitting there going like, since he doesn't do much fighting, maybe he should have like, like shield walls. because like turtle, and somehow he can use ninjutsu and cause water hose effects coming out of the shields.
He fights. He fights, yes, but he's. It's not that he chooses to.
No, I was thinking of him it's just oh, hey, he could do this. He would be really cool, like a real cool defensive person.
Oh, he has his defenses. He's.
Yeah.
I
figured and stuff. It's just a random thought in my head.
Yeah. He's meant to be. He says that he doesn't fight melee a whole lot, but he usually is in melee. He just doesn't fight with like a melee weapon like a traditional taijutsu user. He's a much more melee focused ninjutsu person with water. He tends to, just for sake of you knowing, just in case you do see him fight, much like Gaara uses his sand gourd to attack people that are up close, he uses the water from his tank to attack people up close. So, he tends to be on the more defensive side in the sense that he doesn't generally throw a physical punch.
Right.
That's also why his highest score is Constitution. He's a bulk. He's a tank.
Okay.
Anyway. So, yeah, he's... In seeing that you are sort of grumpy, and seeing that you are...
Well, since she just broke something down to kindling, she's a little bit better.
Yeah, obviously. He wants
She's
to...
taking her frustrations down and just okay.
Yeah. He basically is trying to show his support as best he can.
Alright.
But yeah. You have that little bit, and then you know that a little bit later in the afternoon, the Padekage is going to be back from his meditation.
Yeah, and I have to sit there and tell him that, oh hey, guess what? The boat left.
Mm-hmm. But we could do a bit of at least a start for one roll for your training, if you wanted to do that.
Well, first she wants to go and see if she can, she wants to actually go and, go buy the weights for her. She wants to see if she can go find a shop, so she can buy weights. Maybe if she can afford it. She just wants to go see prices.
Okay. That would entail you going to town, because this is a manor that doesn't have a shop. And so you head down to go down that way to do that, and one of the guards closer to down here, he sort of looks to see you come up, and aren't you one of the ones that went to the boat before? You're gonna have to report to the Padekage when he gets in.
Yes, I realize, but is he in? No!
He will be soon, though.
Like, how soon?
Anywhere, and this is the other guard. And she's like, anywhere from the next hour or the next 3 hours. Sort of depends. And then the first guard's like, you weren't supposed to tell her that. I'm trying to keep her here.
I just need to go to a shop, okay?
The two sort of look at each other and they're like, shop? What?
There's no shops here. I need to go buy something. So I have to leave to go to a shop, because there's no shops here. Right? Or there's like some secret underground shop I don't know about.
The two of them seem to think about it for a second, and then they're like, well, it's not a secret underground shop, but one of the trainees was, or is, the son of a merchant, and he was trying to sell things here, much to the Padekage's dismay. But I don't know if he'd have what you were. What are you looking for?
Training weights?
Oh. Just take those from the... Okay, are you going to need them for very long?
I don't know, maybe?
The Padekage likes you, right? I seem to recall.
I don't know, maybe? Seriously, I don't know what goes through his mind.
Roll... You don't have sense motive, do you?
Hold on.
Don't think so.
No, but I have diplomacy. Not
Yeah.
really.
Not a whole lot of it, but you have it.
Yeah.
So, wisdom, +3. Roll me a wisdom of d20 +3. Okay.
15.
So, Tsume gets the feeling that,
They're trying
these-
all they can to keep me to stay here.
they don't want the Padekage to return, him to be able to tell by talking to other folks that you have returned and then that you left. Because then it's going to be on them.
Yeah, but then I'll be right back. I'm not gonna be gone for long. Well, it depends. How long does it take to get to the village or whatever?
It's not that far away, but it's basically they're...
Yeah, they're just doing their jobs.
Yeah,
They
it
did
also
that.
seems as though once you told them that you were looking for training weights specifically, they're sitting here thinking, well, why is she going to go buy those? Padekage's got like a ton of them. Which you did when you talked to him before. You did see that he made use of them and had at least some of it in his conference room. And he did, and when you were training with the guards yesterday, he did seem impressed by you. So that combined with Tsume not wanting to spend money and staying rich, maybe she'd go and take the Padekages instead.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's just like, we just bought a house. I guess I can go and ask. It's like, okay. And she says,
I mean-
like, I'm being forced to be an adult.
Yeah.
Still a teenager.
Think of what money you are spending and things like that. It's very weird for her. Actually, let me roll a thing. I'm actually going to say, just to sort of alleviate it a little, I'm going to say that the Padekage actually comes back sooner than what they were thinking. They never really know what he's doing anyway. And he is basically returning to the gates as you're potentially turning around and thinking about, oh, well, maybe I can borrow his for a minute.
Oh, that's soon. Okay.
Yeah, really. You don't have sense motive, and he's a much better, in much better control of his emotions than any of these guards are. So you have no clue as to why he may be returning sooner. But you can tell from the guards that they seemed a little bit weirded out that he's came back so soon. Yeah, he sees you and he's, oh, hi, you returned then.
Yes.
And, wait, where is, and then he sort of gestures for you to walk on inside, and he's like, let's talk in the conference room. And he sort of leads you back in here.
Okay.
So, he's... So, you're back. Shiori's not. I can only assume something went down at that boat.
Yeah, it left.
It left.
Yep.
And it took Shiori, I'm guessing?
She basically attached herself to the boat. They were going with or without her anyway, so...
So, she wasn't captured, she went willingly. But she did leave with the boat.
Yes.
I see. Do you have anything of note to report aside from that?
That one lady shot down a bird while we were hiding. And... no, that's pretty much it.
I'm assuming you don't mean a normal bird.
No, the flying person.
Right. I had heard word that she was a little bit rash. Okay. Did she say that she was going to return? Do you know?
I couldn't find her after I picked up their injured and brought it back to them. I'd be like, hi, here. This is hurt. This person's hurt. Have them back.
Well, having Shiori on the boat probably helps with that.
Yeah.
Though I would assume that they would have their own medic, but...
most likely.
Okay, so... what do you plan to do now?
Wait until she gets back.
With no idea of how long that's going to take.
Well, I'm sure after a couple of weeks, I will get impatient and try to go find her.
I see. Well, I suppose Miss Yone is going to return here eventually herself, or she might decide to wander off on her own. Did you have any sort of discussion with her upon her firing at the bird person?
I was curious about why she did so. Because, I mean, she can hide underground, which seems like a really good camouflage.
Yes. Okay. So, as I said before, you two came with a history of being able to take care of yourself. I'm not going to tell you what to do while you are here. You are free to stay here as long as you like. just perhaps keep some of my guards in line if you can find a means to do so, and if Yone does return, let me handle her.
That's fine. She seems pretty cool.
Do you know if the attack on the scout was provoked?
She said that she didn't like that he was searching.
Okay. Give me a spot check.
Okay.
Whoa. Nice.
Oh, it's 25. Okay. I was just in there and looking at it and it's like, why isn't it showing up?
Oh, yeah. So you see, it's very subtle, but it is there, and it is something you've seen before. You see the barest hint of a orange aura to the Padekage, who at the current point has a bit of a clenched fist.
Everything okay?
He shakes it off and the aura disappears. Yeah, okay. You're free to do what you want. You go out there.
I was told by your guards that you might have training weights.
Oh, right. I remember. You were the melee type. Huh. Sure. Yeah. You're going
Kind of outgrew mine.
You're going to be training here for a while anyway, probably. Something to do with your time. Yeah. Of course you can borrow them for a while. Even take them. I have an extra set.
Right, you have an extra set of the type 4?
Is that the next step up or the same one? Or the one that you're needing?
Next step. I technically have type 3, but the next step is type 4 that I need.
Right. So you're only getting one set of training weights from him. Right.
Technically there's 2 parts. I need both parts. One for strength, one for speed.
Right, yeah.
So.
Yeah. He has when he says a training weight set, he's the type to refer to both as a single thing.
Okay.
Because he himself trained for both, so he bought as both. So he's like, yeah, you can borrow my extra set. Both in type. What type did you need? You say type 4?
Yes.
That would include the drug too.
What?
Or you're going with the idea that Tsume missed that step?
Yep.
He sort of chuckles, and he goes over to like one of his. He has a cabinet in the.
Yeah, sure. Let's just put a medicine cabinet right into the middle of the hall.
Well, it's actually not a medicine cabinet. It's just like a standard cabinet, and
I was assuming like he was hiding drugs in there.
He is, but it's not a quote-unquote medicine cabinet because it has much more in it than medicine.
Yeah.
he opens up the cabinet and you see that it is like packed full with just about any and every weapon you would ever want.
How do you fit everything in there?
He sort of looks at you and chuckles and goes, shall we say Kage magic?
Right. Okay. Magic.
And then there's a drawer towards the bottom that he reaches to, and he sort of fiddles with it for a second. You're not entirely sure what he does, and then it's like a little hidden compartment, and here, you'll need these two.
Alright.
And he hands you what is essentially a little, like, I would assume based on their description that they're not like something you
I
take.
think they're pills.
Yeah, it's just pills.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'd be like something you take over time. It'd be more like something you take like once and then boom.
Yeah, and just starts training the heck out of.
So he presents those to you.
Okay, so I got +4 for learning checks for that rank. Okay. Just sorry, I was making a side note. So I'm
So
looking
you
at
now
everything
have-
that I actually need.
So you now have the training weights and the type 1, I think is what it's called, type 1 drug, muscle growth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yay, I bought drugs! Yes, the Kage is just handing out drugs to tiny people. Sure, you would be so proud.
He's handing them out. He has his reasons for handing them out to you. I'll say that.
Okay.
One, he trusts you with them, and two, he's got a bunch of other crap on his plate right now. So he wants to have he wants to know that you're in good spirits, basically.
Okay.
Well, better spirits as you could be, anyway.
Alright.
Yeah. So, pills and training weights.
Both are DC 23 with 4 successes.
Yep. And
I get a +4 since I'm using the weights.
right. Yep. So your taijutsu at a +4 on top of it. And then
I'm just trying to think of what all actually goes into the learning. Oh, I don't get the taijutsu adept?
taijutsu adept is required to show proficiency in this, but the effect of
Yes, but I
taijutsu-
don't get the bonus from it to learn a technique. Okay.
Right. Yep.
Alright, so it's actually my 16 drops down to a 14, and then I add the +4 on top.
Yeah.
So that would be an 18. Woo!
Uh-huh.
Fear me.
18 to get a 23 4 times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Or 8 times in a row, technically.
Yeah, 8 times in a row.
So
Or should I
those
just
are,
do like 18? No, I should just do it separate, so.
yeah.
Oh!
Well, we know what
Okay,
you have
that's
to
a-
roll at least.
That's a... Yeah, that's a little close. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I got my strength. Okay. I got the strength one. It's that, and I guess it's time for...
Speed.
Yeah.
Action
Nope.
point.
Action point? Okay. Wait, do I have action points?
You should still have some left.
Yeah, I have 30, so...
Yeah, how many?
30, but now I have 29. What was it? 1d6, straight up?
Yep.
Nope.
Okay, so that's one try that didn't work.
Yeah, but I just have to get 4 successes in a row. Oh wait, how many rolls do I technically get in one day?
Oh yeah, we need to keep track of that too.
Yeah.
So you are training for 10 days, and you get 2 rolls a day, 3 rolls a day if you or
Stay up.
2 rolls a day, and then 3 if you pull an all-nighter.
Okay, so I basically used up 2 days.
Yep.
And I'm going to, if I succeed on this next roll, I'm going to stay up this night. 30. Okay, and now I'm staying up.
Yep.
33. So I got those 2 successes. And now I'm into the next day, which gives me another 2.
Yep. Yep.
And I succeed. Okay, so... And then I'm sleeping that night. Oh wait, no, since I stayed up all night...
No.
What?
I only give you penalties if you do them for 3 nights in a row.
Oh, staying up for 3 nights in a row? I thought it was like, if you stay up for one night, you actually get a point of exhaustion.
I put it
The
on
next day.
if you... I put it on if you went all night more than twice in a row. If you did it once, it's not that bad. Assuming you got restful sleep before that, which you did.
Yeah.
So, you're fine.
Okay, there's my speed. Yay! So that's 4 days.
You have
4 days.
it was 4 days?
Well, I used up 4 days, because I stayed up the 3rd night.
Yeah. Right.
So... 2, 6 days left.
Yep. I just imagine it as a sort of
12 hours later.
I just sort of imagine it as a like Rocky montage sort of thing.
Do. Splinters going everywhere.
Yeah, probably. With Kaneso rebuilding some of them for you.
It's just like, okay. Here, let's just go find you a nice big rock for you to punch. Anyway.
Actually, yeah. About like 2 or 3 days in. Actually, the 3rd day, that one day where you were having issues, and you missed the roll a couple times. Missed the roll there. You have the Padekage actually comes to give you a little bit of help, and he is with one hand, like it's a freaking pizza, carrying this massive, huge boulder for you.
It's like, here.
Yeah.
You're breaking too much stuff, and I'm
Like
assuming the Turtle Man is just like in the background, just like, wait, I'm not close to finishing this one yet. Just wait.
Something like that. Yeah. So yeah. Also, what's your spot total plus 7?
My spot is, yes, up plus 7.
Okay. You're gonna give me another spot check, but do it spot and listen, potentially. But give it to me. Yeah, that works. I was gonna say at a penalty, but that's fine.
Okay. I mean, you can add the penalty on.
Yeah, I can count it in there.
Rolls.
Yeah. As you're training and stuff, you see,
That 19's my lesson.
yeah. As you're training and stuff, you see, that you have someone watching besides, Turtle Man, though she's trying to stay hidden. And succeeding. She's hidden from Turtle Man, at least. Not from you.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know, gotta get those abs in. Anyway, yeah, so there's all my strength stuff that I wanted to, physical stuff done.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And now it's time for my worst stuff. Do I have all those ranks? I think I have all the correct ranks. Yes, I do! Awesome, I can actually do this!
What you up to?
Oh, I had to check to see if I had 6 ranks in chakra control. Because the next one that I'm going to do is Beastman style healing hands. Basically allows me, the animal companion is cured for 1d6 points of damage. And it can only be used once every 24 hours until I start doing mastery.
What page is it on?
412. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a few things on 412.
Okay.
Can't do that because I don't have the supplements for it.
Ninjutsu, 2 successes, 16.
Okay. Hold on, I need to look at my stuff. Do I put it on Shima? Yeah, I do need to put it on Shima. Okay. That's where I have the list of everything. Wait, is it my ninjutsu or is it actually Shima that needs to roll this? Can't remember.
Are you... The way that it's described, it's as if you are healing them.
Okay. Okay, so I guess I just put it on Shima so I know, hey, these are all the things she can do. Do. Okay. Okay, so ninjutsu minus my +2 for the adept. So that's gonna be a 10. A crit! Even though it doesn't really matter.
Yep.
And 27. How many? 2 successes? Yes. Okay, so she gets healing hand. Okay, we're gonna go up just to 411. It's gonna be the Great Spirit Fang. It basically allows me to... I only have Spirit Fang. I do not have the Great Spirit Fang for her.
Okay, so you do have Spirit Fang, though.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, checking off that we spent another day training, so 5 days left.
Yep.
And this one's going to take 2 successes at a learned DC of 18. Okay. Whoop! 1 and 2. She learns it.
Yep.
Since there's 5 days left,
4 days
I
left.
need to... 4 days left now. Now I want to do Half Beast Clone. No Jutsu, which I should have.
Yeah, you got quadruped.
Yeah. Alright, and it says Ninjutsu 18. 3 successes, so I am gonna have to pull an all night. Oh,
To get it.
no, I don't have to pull an all night. That's only, I pull an all night if I fail.
I mean,
One
it's
of
up
the
to you. You can do an all-night either way. It's going to take you at least... If you do an all-nighter and you get every roll, it'll take you a day to learn it. But if you don't pull an all-nighter and you get every roll, it's going to be a day and a half. That's the only difference.
Right. Alright, let's see how the first roll goes. 20. Okay. Ouch.
You could action point that if you want.
I can try. I mean, I have a ton.
Yeah, you do. Yep.
Make it. Okay, so let me mark my... Getting down to 28 now.
Then you can do an all-nighter one more time to get it in the same night. Or the same day.
Mm-hmm. If the dice wants to play fair. Nope.
Action point again. There you go.
Okay.
So that is your... You're on your... You'd have 3 days left at this point, and this is an all-nighter that you're doing.
Yes. Nothing that's in Jitsu, so this is going to have to be gone.
Yep. I'm going to interrupt your little training montage for a second.
Oh.
Because you're training.
Okay.
You have a
just succeeded. We're just like. I like to think it's like when you're like interrupting to go on, it's just Tsume and Shima just like looking like Tsume and just going, "Hey!"
Yeah.
With their hands up in the air, like, "Awesome!"
Yeah. So, you end, or we cut into here as you finally get it down to a science, and Tsume and Shima look exactly the same. And Shima's like all kinds of excited, and like you've never seen yourself so ecstatically happy. You're just jumping around. It's like
Yay! It's just there's two of us, and people are probably going like, "Oh God, there's two of them."
And it's actually amusing because at this. Mhm.
Sorry, I was just looking at the requirements of the next item of the next thing that I need to do.
Oh, that you want to do? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not even going to have you roll a check for it because Shima sees it because she's bouncing around and looking all over the place. So Shima sort of looks and then speaks to you because talk to animals, and she's, "Hey, looks like we're not the only ones training at night, Tsume." And she indicates for you to look over, and you see the two night guards that you had talked to before, the twins.
Oh, the twins.
You see them.
Is it like their day off?
Well, they don't have as much to worry about guarding right now. They're given a day off, yeah.
Okay. Well, there's still going to be a guard set up. It's just they have the night off.
Yeah. And they're going to spend it, or at least appear to be spending it, training, like you are. It seems that they've gotten pushed to be sort of night owls in nature. They tend to sleep during the morning. And you see the two of them doing some taijutsu work at a set of dummies, and then the two of them sort of look and sort of look around. Are you... Shima at least was wanting to sort of see what they do without them noticing that she was there, because she didn't know how they would react. So she was sort of going back to being more cat than human, which she clearly looks like right now. She's in quadruped and she's sort of sinking down like she's trying to hide. I don't know if Sume's going to try to hide so that they don't see her.
No, she's just sitting there watching.
The one with the scar sort of sees you over there, and Shima's just like, thought they might be trying to do something that they didn't want everybody else to see, so I was hiding. Sorry. And then at the same time she's talking, the one with the scar looks at you and goes, "Huh, I expected you to be asleep. What are you... Wait, why are there two of you?"
And just like point at her, just like, new technique.
Right. Interesting. Wait, and this is the other one. So you can turn your tiger... Did you turn your tiger friend into a copy of yourself?
Yep. Just now. I'm not very good at ninjutsu, but it worked.
I guess we're we're not the only pair of twins that fight with taijutsu then, are we? And he sort of smiles at his twin brother. So you're pretty in sync with your pet, huh?
Yes.
That was the one with the scar, and then now it's the one without the scar. Want to see something cool?
Sure.
You were punching target dummies and just destroying them, right?
Until the Kage brought me a giant rock.
Right, but then that Kaneso guy was rebuilding them, the ones that you had destroyed, so... Does that mean we can actually destroy target dummies and he won't get too upset because he'll think it's you?
She goes to say something and then just sits there and thinks for a moment. Are you trying to blame something on me?
No. It's just
I think you were, because you were going to sit there and blame the broken dummy on me when you're the ones that broke it.
Okay, look. This is how this works. The Kage doesn't like us using this technique that we're about to do. And he knows that if anyone breaks the target dummies at night and completely shatters them, odds are it's us. Because we're the only taijutsu master that's a night owl. But if he knows you were training at night and knows that you've been breaking dummies, he's going to assume, we're not blaming it on you, he's going to assume that it was you and not us.
He brought me a rock to fix that problem.
Don't worry about it, bro. Just, do you want to see something cool or not?
Sure.
So, the two of them sort of just look at each other, and then eventually the one with the scar just sighs. It's like, okay, fine. But if we get in trouble for it, it's your fault, referring to his brother. Then, you know how in, in wrestling you have, the axe handle, where you, put your hands together and just bring them high over your head and then slam them down forward? Sort of a thing?
Wait, explain that again?
It's, okay.
No, just repeat what you said.
It's technically a wrestling move, and it's called the axe handle. The idea is
Oh, yeah.
where you place your hands together and clench them into fists together in front of you, and then just slam it forward on somebody's head or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, head, middle, back.
Either or, something like that.
Yeah.
So the two brothers, they go to one of the target dummies, and they stand side by side to each other, and then they both, they in sync together make the same gesture of an axe handle.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of it being both of them at once, by hands, two sets of hands, they, the one on the right grabs one on the left hand, so that there's, an axe handle with an extra set of hands from the two that they're not using that are side by side. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
They're basically making the axe handle as if they're one person.
Okay.
And then they reach up, slam down, shatter the target dummy, much like you've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the dust settles, there's only one of them, with two headbands on each shoulder.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Remember, in the Sound 4 in the Sasuke rescue arc?
Oh! Oh, that one dude with, that has the head sticking out from his back?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Okay. I get
Yep. Yep. And then there's two of them. There's one of them standing, and the target dummy's just shattered, gone. And then he sort of leans his head to the side, almost like he's thinking out loud, and goes, "There, are you happy?" And then, with the second head, "Yes." And then they both look to you simultaneously, like a Cerberus. What sort of response does that get out of Tsume?
Cool.
Yeah. The two of us separate are decently proficient taijutsu users. But when we're merged together like this, it increases our power immensely. And the Padekage doesn't particularly like us doing that, because that's why he pushes us to train at night, so that no one can see. He kind of wants it to be a trump card.
A secret. Oh.
Yeah. And, well, you're training at night, and yeah. Realistically, we would have liked it to be done and you not seen, but, whatever. It was still fun, says the other brother from inside the...
Yeah.
Alright. Enough of that for now. And then... And there are two.
It's like two people again.
Yep. Anyway. Yeah, that. Don't tell Kage we showed you.
Okay.
Like, just in case.
I promise.
Cool. And we'll end that scene there, and you can continue with your training.
Yay!
You do have 3 days left.
Yeah, I know I have 3 days left. Oh, I think I'm going to spend it, mastering skills for Shima. This one. So I'm going to be mastering my Spirit Fang. The Spirit Fang.
Okay. It's the same as it's the same sort of role as if you're learning it. And then one success gets you...
I'm going to try to get 3 ranks in it. 19. That's a success.
Yep.
Where's my Spirit Fang? There's... the DC is like 15, so...
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2. So I have how many days left?
You are now sitting on
2 days left?
2 days left, and that gives you second mastery, which you won't...
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go on to the next day.
Yep.
18. So I got 3 masteries. So that leaves me a day and a half?
Yep.
Yes. But
Yep.
I'm not going for True Spirit Fang. I'll make a note somewhere to do it next time we have training.
Okay.
It's going to be Healing Hands. Buffing out Shima. Well, kind of. 28. That's 1. That's 1 whole day.
That's the rest of your... Yeah.
1.
So,
Nope.
action point.
What did you do? Oh, I action pointed all of my techniques.
Not all of them. A lot of them.
19.
Yep.
And then... Boop. 28.
Yep. So you spent time training to help out Shima, to buff out Shima, and to buff yourself. Basically.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Okay, so Shima. This is now 3 ranks for healing hand and save. Yay! Now I'm just making it so like Shima doesn't get a lot of damage,
Yeah.
or she can deal a lot more damage, like actually hitting.
Yeah.
Because I remember that last fight and stuff, she could barely hit.
So, okay. Let me see.
I like to think, guys, we're coming out of this training montage. Tsume is just sitting there like doing push-ups while doing a handstand.
Oh yeah, yeah. So the interesting thing of note here,
Mm-hmm.
is with you
Couldn't
having
get any more fans to watch me while I was working out, you know. Buff. So I remember that one lady, Miss Charisma's,
Oh yeah,
was watching.
she watched you for a bit. Specifically, she was actually watching you more so while you were dealing with Shima and working with her on Spirit Fang than she was on the like buffing out and hulking out and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And she totally missed your whole interlude of turning Shima into a copy of yourself.
Oh yeah, 'cause we did it in the middle of the night, like, woo!
You succeeded in the middle of the night, yeah. Now, here's the thing that I want to establish so that we can write it down.
Okay.
So that we have like the ways that I have rolled it and whatnot. Your what page is it on? Do you have the page for speed ranks stuff?
Like the info that speed ranks give you?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be on page 30.
That early, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Alright. And you currently have rank 4
4.
of each?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my, my thing actually goes up, doesn't it?
What?
Well, technically, if I have my speed ranks, like, activated and stuff, and I go... I'm at 50? Hold on, let me actually pull up and do the math real quick, because normal is 30 feet. So, I have speed rank 4. This gives me a 25 increase, so I'm at 55 per feet. If I have it kicked, so...
Speed.
That's not including...
Speed rank 4.
Which is on 29.
Yeah, I got it. Gains plus 5 bonus to jump, plus 4 bonus to defense and reflex, plus 2.
Oh, and my attack have a Kurami defense 1? What?
Yes.
That's new. What is that?
Yes. It's great.
What is that?
Okay, first let me get what I'm wanting to say out, then I'll explain
Okay, I'm sorry.
the Katamari
Sorry
defense.
that I sat there.
Okay, so, here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Shima is not you. Shima has her own stats. But when Shima turns into a copy of you, she becomes a full-on copy of your quadruped. Right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, the way I'm going to rule this stacking with your strength and speed ranks is if you do strength and speed first, if you kick them and you have them going, Shima is going to get the boost when she transforms into a copy of Yone. But they're going to go on the bonuses
They
from strength.
keep their ability scores.
Right. The bonuses from strength and speed ranks are going to be applied to her stats for her total versus yours. As opposed to saying that she's just a full-on copy of your stats.
She just gets the speed and, like, +4.
She would get the bonuses that you do from strength and speed, but applied to her stats.
Yeah, to her stats. Okay.
I'm also going to, for sake of not making it completely insane, I'm going to, since I'm a ruling...
Yeah, I can't sit there and have her a copy of me in my curse form. I already know that.
Right, of course. But for sake of putting it out there, since this is just technically a house rule on my part, because I sort of like power gaming and I like the idea of Shima having speed and strength too, since she has such a hard time hitting things.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that this cavalry defense that applies to your attacks doesn't apply for her. She doesn't have it. You do. She doesn't.
Okay, so that leads me to my question. What is it?
What is it? Yeah. Let me find the specific rulings on that.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, it's up at the... That was stupid. I was looking for where cavalry defense was described, and it's at the top of speed ranks.
Oh. Oops. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh.
So, for purposes... Okay.
Okay, so basically, if no one has a cavalry defense that has a speed rank of 1,
right,
they can't dodge my attack. Oh no, it's a maneuver against it. Like, they have something prepared.
Right. The idea is certain moves and certain techniques can be used as like instant actions or whatever as a defensive maneuver. Case in point, a very simple example: body substitution. The whole turning into a log. That. That is a technique that is meant to be a instant action defense maneuver.
Okay.
Same as clone. The idea is certain moves have a use of avoiding an attack or a defense maneuver. If you have your speed ranks going of speed rank 1, then a person who has the ability to avoid maneuvers but doesn't have speed ranks 1,
that is active.
That it's currently active, can't dodge your attacks. You want a very in-show example? Simple. Lee's fight with Gaara. When Lee went into all teleporting mode, Gaara's sand couldn't block it.
No, yeah, okay.
That's what it's talking about.
And then he tapped into...
Right, when he dropped the weight, he went into his speed at rank 4, at the very least.
Yeah.
Quote unquote, at the very least in show, you know.
Yeah.
Ignoring the fact that...
And Gaara didn't have the high speed sight or the actual speed ranks.
Precisely.
To stop it. Okay. I'm curious about what the Kage thought. It's just like, all of a sudden she just blows through within a couple of days of just like, all of a sudden she's just super strong within a couple of days. Like, woo!
Well, he knew you were strong to begin with, and you were. It's not
just
like
the training wise, just like, woo.
Yeah, it's not like you instantly, okay, you didn't gain an immense amount of strength just now, but...
Not really.
you passed that threshold of you gotten to the point now that when you have it active and are pushing yourself with your strength, with your speed specifically, with your speed, you're now basically teleporting.
Like, doo.
Shiori doesn't have any.
Shiori's going to get hit by a brick wall.
Shiori doesn't have any sort of high-speed sight whatsoever. So
yep, she's just going to get tackled by a brick wall. That's it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Whiplash.
But yeah, it's great. I'm glad that Shiori or Tsume bulked up with Shiori gone. It makes that reunion all that much more entertaining. You do your training montage. We have your like great like Rocky theme thing going, whatever.
Me beating up a rock.
You beating up a rock, putting like
while the other guy is just like Turtle Man's just in the background grumbling to himself about all the dummies he has to repair.
Oh, he's not grumbling. He absolutely enjoys rebuilding home dummies. He's excited about it.
It's just like kept piling more and more, and just be like, okay, I need you to slow down.
No. Totally. He's just like, nope. He's totally excited about it. He with no degree of like it's not as if he's like he's not watching you for you. He's watching you for the spectacle. He likes to see
just watching stuff getting destroyed.
Yeah, he enjoys seeing how you're destroying things, and then how you go to him having to rebuild it. It makes him feel like he's doing something that someone appreciates. So,
yeah. I will also say that probably since it's been like 10 days of training and stuff, Tsume is like, she's calm about the fact that Shiori's gone, and she might start getting just a tiny bit restless.
Right.
But the fact that she's gone and stuff still is just like, she understands what Shiori's trying to do and stuff, and so she's sitting there just, trying to keep her promise.
Yeah. It's also worth noting that in the 10 days that you've been training...
yeah, has anything happened in the village within 10 days would be a thing. That Tsume would notice.
Not of note in the village itself.
Like no other boats showed up or anything?
Nope. Nobody's mentioned...
Okay.
There's no word of any boats or anything like that. However, it's also worth noting that you wouldn't really get any word of boats because the only scout that's out there watching the boat right now is Yone, the boat chick.
And again, she hasn't come back.
So, she's in those 10 days that you're training, she hasn't come back either.
Which is slightly curious.
Mm-hmm. So, it's entirely possible that Shiori, or Tsume, is, after those 10 days, she's gotten a little bit antsy on Shiori's not back, but you trust her, and you promised her, so that's fine. But Yone's not shown up. The bow chick hasn't come back either.
Yeah, and the only time that I'm gonna say, like, if it's been, like, Tsume will get a lot more antsy and, like, willing to actually go and do something about Shiori, probably after, like, maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because that's, like, kind of pushing her patience.
Which is fair, because most of this, Tsume is a very practical-minded person. And most of the time,
she understands simple things. She understands that Shiori wants to do something, but she's very protective of Shiori as well.
What I'm getting at though is Tsume's been on a boat herself before a few times, and when you guys are traveling, it takes time. And when you were traveling on boats, generally speaking, it took you about a week on the boat. Like 6 days or so on a boat. So, ignoring the logic that Tsume wouldn't have of this continent or island may be further away, it's like, if she's not back in 2.5 weeks, she's stuck where she's at.
I'm gonna go find a boat.
Yeah. It's something's starting to go there. Now, in theory, I'm going to leave this to you. In theory, Tsume, I'm going to give Shiori more training time when she comes back, because she's going to be stuck on the boat again for 10 days. So in theory, I could give you more training time and it would still be sort of even.
The time that I'm sitting there waiting and stuff, unless I have something come up.
Yeah. So this is a moment when is Tsume worried about the situation with Yone? The fact that she hasn't come back.
She is probably going to be a bit curious about why she hasn't come back yet, because Tsume knows the boat's gone. So why hasn't she come back with a report or anything, like every so often?
Yep.
Well, then again, it's just Tsume also's been training and stuff. She probably just missed her. That's the thing.
Okay. So perhaps we start up a scene after your training montage of the first 10 days of you speaking to the Padekage to see if Yone's came back. Or maybe he comes to you because Yone's not come back. We could go that direction.
Okay.
Yeah. So, after your whole training interlude and things, we get a scene with you back in the meeting room with the Padekage. He sort of gives you a smile. He's calmed down a little bit himself too in the past couple days. No fancy orange chakra around him at the moment. You've done well the past couple days. I guess the training weights have set well with you.
Yes, it was very fun.
You did a number on that boulder in there too, or out there too. Might have to get you a new one if you keep training some more.
Maybe. I still have to try to figure out how to completely break through this one.
Well, we still haven't gotten any kind of report from Yone. I don't know where she may have gone.
She hasn't come back yet?
No. What was her... Do you really remember what was... Any idea what was going on with her when you left? I mean, you had an interaction with her before, so perhaps she assumes...
Let's see, what happened? She shot down one of their scouts. I took the scout back. Couldn't find her afterwards. Well, I did have a conversation with her before taking the scout, being like, why would she do that? She could just simply hide. But I couldn't find her after I took the scout back to them, and so I came back here. So.
Does she have any reason to believe that... Well, you did, but...
What?
She has no reason to stay at the boat.
No, because the boat's gone unless another one come back? I don't know.
Right. There's no island within, or continent within sight over the horizon that any of my high-powered vision folks could go see. Not that there's been logged in any kind of map either, so I don't know where their continent would be, even if it is out there. And if it is out there, it's gonna be well over, I don't know.
It could take a while. We don't know how long it is to them, and but I'm still curious about where she went.
She has no boat to watch. Her mission there is done.
But she shouldn't have come back and reported to you and be like, "Sup, I'm leaving."
She should have, yes. You're right. I spoke to Kaneso earlier, in which case I forgot his name. I spoke to Kaneso earlier. He seems to think that Yone is not the type to really appreciate authority of any kind. And considering her headband, that sort of makes sense. I wager that without someone to tell her to come back and report, she just assumed that you gave the report needed and she could go on. Where she went after that, I have no idea.
Good point.
Her village is, or at least her former village, it's not a whole lot is known about it, actually. Something is going on there that leads her to be the way she is. I can only hope that whatever's keeping her behind is something of her own accord.
Maybe.
With that information, what do you plan to do?
I mean, I guess I can go take a look, maybe? Out there, see if she's still hanging around there. I guess I'm gonna stay here for a bit longer and stuff. I don't know how much longer.
She hides underground. Do you...
I mean, she might pop her head up if she sits there and just sees me trudging about.
I suppose that's true. If you went, would you mind taking a few others with you?
Sure.
Okay. Alright. Get your things together, what things you may have, and I'll get you... I'm going to say that this happens, like, not the very next morning after your training. Or wait, you didn't do an all-nighter that last day you trained, did you?
No.
Okay, I didn't think that. I was trying to see if I misremembered. So, this is happening sort of in the morning of the next day. And because it's like, in his meeting room, you both have coffee. He didn't meditate today, actually. I'll get some of the other two together to go with you. And have them meet you at the North Gate in 30 minutes to an hour.
Sure.
Okay. And as he then goes off to collect the two that he wanted to send with you. then Shima, like, because you have talked to animals and things, Shima's like, considering the twins from the other night and like Kaneso, and I'm very curious as to whoever he's going to send with you.
So am I. It should be fun.
Alright. Do you have anything that you want to do to prepare or anything like that?
I guess just like, get a few things ready for like the trip and stuff or whatever.
Alright.
And that would probably be it.
Okay. So you then,
Well, yeah, she's gonna sit there and like probably wait out front of the manor until, the other two people he picks out to go show up.
alright. So, when he sends you out in that morning, he sends you out in the morning, and you recognize at least one of the people that is with you up there.
Okay.
Miss Charisma's is going with you, apparently.
Miss Charisma's.
Uh-huh. Minori. And then the other person that's with you, he appears to be, from what you can tell, that they're sort of androgynous. You're not entirely sure if it's male or female because they're very cloaked and somewhat small, much like Shiori.
Okay.
But when you come out to meet them, or you think you would head out early, just have them come to you, or would you have went out after waiting a little bit and then you come later?
She would be waiting after she got up, got something to drink and eat, and then head out. So I don't know how long that would take.
Okay, fair
She'd
enough.
probably still be munching on her breakfast.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll have you come out later, have them be there first. Like Minori, which is Charisma's, she went straight to the gate. She had everything she needed as soon as the Kage gave her the mission. So,
I'd be like, yeah, get out of the house.
yeah, pretty much. You come up to meet them, and Minori sort of gives the younger or the smaller person in the cloak a teasing elbow, nudge. Even
Wait,
she,
Miss Charisma's?
yeah, she.
Okay.
You get the sense that the two seem to know each other. At least a little bit. When she nudges him, he sort of pushes the cloak back, and you see that it's a younger fella, actually pretty close to your age. He has the same headband as Minori.
Okay.
And he just gives you this strangely shy wave, and Minori just rolls her eyes and goes, he doesn't talk much, but
Okay.
we needed someone, according to the Padekage, we needed someone that could help us find Yone, and he's probably somebody that can do it fairly well.
Right, he can hear people moving underground.
I can hear anything moving underground. he says.
Okay.
And so the two of you, or three of you rather, four of you counting Shima, then begin to make your way northward towards where the boat was. And after a bit, Minori's seems, she was very antsy and ready to get out of the house, and she's finally something. So tell me about this boat. I mean, I know you said it was gone, but still, what?
It was a boat filled with people that had animal parts, I guess. Like, some had wings and really scary looking armor man. Don't know what he was.
How's armor an animal?
I couldn't see. There was a scary man.
So it was somebody that actually scared you, considering your power set. Okay, so maybe it's a good thing that the boat is not there anymore.
No, it's not a good thing that the boat's not here anymore, because Shiori's with them.
Right. And that's why I'm here.
What, are we gonna look for a boat? I thought we were supposed to find this lady.
We're after Yone, yes. But if we find her and something's happened to her, and we can find any means to link it to those from the boat, then that means that Shiori's in danger. And he's to go home, back home and report. She looks to the littler person. He's to go back and to report, and then I'm to take you. I guess the Padekage assumes that I can chase down a boat across water.
I can't walk on water.
You can't walk on. Right.
Darn it! That was one of the skills I was supposed to train for.
Okay.
Oops. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Alright. So.
Sorry.
I have a question.
Yeah?
This is probably a hard one. But. How good is your tiger? What'd you say? Shima, I think was her name? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How good is Shima when she's separated from you?
Sumi's gonna sit there and look at you and be like, how was the time of... And then counts on her fingers the number of weeks that she was gone. Was she during this time?
Right. Okay.
No, she's actually Sumi is literally asking Shima, like, how was she feeling during that time?
Well, and Shima's answer is, well, I didn't know what was happening with you, so I was scared, but what does she have in mind? What
She she looks back at Miss Charisma. She wants to know, what do you have in mind?
Okay, here's the deal. I don't have a boat. I can't really make a boat. But I can go across water really quickly. And due to using chakra to keep me afloat, at absoluteness. It's, yes, it seems a little crazy, but if it was absolutely necessary, I can piggyback you across the water. But there's no way I can carry you and the tiger. And we would have to periodically stop and be swimming in the water for like an hour and a half so I can rest. But it is doable if needed. I have no idea where this other landmass is, and I can only go for so long, but it gets me out of the house. It gives me something to do, as much of a suicide mission as it may be. But first, we have to see if Yone is hurt. And if she is, then there you go.
Okay, do you think I could just maybe delay our adventures to go after the boat for a day?
So that you can learn to walk on water?
Yeah, I don't think it would take me long, it's just I keep forgetting.
Okay. So, can you, if we delay it, can you teach your tiger too? Tsume says, that would be interesting, but
I don't think she can pull it off. No, I don't think she can learn it.
theoretically she could.
Well, theoretically, she doesn't have chakra control.
Does she not?
No, she does not. She only has balance. And ninjutsu and taijutsu. And Water Strider is...
Chakra control.
Yeah.
It's true. You're right. The, So we're back to square one. If we go chasing after the boat, the tiger's gonna have to be left behind.
Yeah. And I don't know anyone who would sit there and watch her. Okay, we'll get there when we get there. Let's go find this lady and make sure she's okay.
Yes. And let's hope she's okay. And then the little person. Maybe Kaneso could watch her? No, he's not watching her. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Hey, who's... Okay, out of character. Who's Kaneso again?
Turtle Man.
Turtle Man?
Yeah.
I mean...
Is
okay.
it the little guy suggested Turtle Man to watch Shima? And, like, Minoru just, like, shut him down. It's like, no, not him.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you venture out and go back towards the boat.
Yes.
You make it up to the area in which the boat was, and the littler guy, he sort of, you remember how like how characters like Toph and Earthbenders and that sort of thing?
Mm-hmm.
He sort of spreads his feet and moves around in the snow and just sort of, it's like he's dowsing, kind of like a dowsing rod, but he doesn't have a rod, it's just him in his hands. Okay, so I don't sense anything underground here, near here. You said this was the last place you saw her, right?
Yes, in this area.
So he sort of eases it out and then sort of starts. It's kind of like when you are counting paces when you're like searching for like a treasure map sort of thing. That very like calculated movements of how much you're moving around. And anytime either one of you like goes to try to move, he just like gestures with
like, stop.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just sort of almost, it's kind of aimlessly, but with purpose, which is a weird contradiction, but so he's just sort of wandering around, trying to see if he can sense her. And Minori's just you can hope that he finds something. You said that you think she would be hiding underground unless she saw like you or.
Alright, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, we can sit here and start calling out her name.
Would she hear that underground?
I do not know.
Okay. And then Minori starts to call Yone, 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 something, because there's no boat.
Yeah.
And no form of any other like vessel or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Doubt you have investigate, or I know you have search.
I can try to roll my spot and take a look around.
Yeah.
Okay, let's me and Shima look around and see if we can find anything. Let's see, a 7 and then a 5 for Shima. 19 for me. And a 23 for Shima. Now the spot. I don't know if we want to do listening or not. Which I doubt it though.
No. Okay. It takes you the better part of like most of the morning. It's going into mid-afternoon or so. And then you do eventually in this like exchange, you learn that the cloaked fellow, his name is Ken, spelled like this. Ken.
Okay.
And he.
Wait, who did Shima roll higher then? The two? The one that rolled 2, who rolled that one?
Oh, the first one was Minori's search, and the second was Minori's spot.
Oh, okay, so we have better eyesight than she does.
Yeah.
Haha.
Well, better total. Look at her bonus.
Yeah. I have less bonus, but still rolled higher than her.
Yeah. So, you're searching around for a while, and then Ken speaks up and, okay, I got something. I can't tell precisely if it's her or not, but it is something that's underground. Seems bigger than a person, though.
Well, she did make like a little cavern, but me and Shima dug out, so that probably filled in.
Yeah, this is clearly something actually moving underground, though. He sort of looks to Minori. Do you want me to go down there and take a look or do something to pull them up? I don't think this is her, but it's something. There is definitely something moving around underground right now. Well, our mission is to find her. So, it might be related.
Maybe.
Alright. Alright. Maybe. So, he thinks for a second. Do I pull it up or do I go down to it?
If you go down to it, there's a chance that we can't help you.
Right. I did tell you, it's not exactly small. So, I have no idea. But it's also deep underground.
Well, you said it was moving, right?
Yeah, it's traveling. At least I just got the sense that it's moving, and it's moving through this area, so when it gets to us...
I guess what you can do is, like, go down and try to get its attention, and then just race back up here? See if it'll follow?
Makes as much sense as anything else, says Minori. Okay, alright.
Look, if anything seems to go south, just come back up.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And, much like Yone did herself, he starts to travel underground. Although, his tunneling is not near as... It's almost there, but it's not quite as seamless as Yone's was.
Mm-hmm.
He's not all the way up there in his mastery for it just yet. And he's down. And once he's been traveled down, Minori sort of looks to you and she's like, what could be traveling underground and be large like that? I just...
Some sort of animal?
I'm going to have her roll ninja lore. Because she has it. Hey, cool.
I mean, Tsume would probably roll, like, ninjutsu, see if it's, like, some sort of summoning thing. Maybe, but I don't know.
Actually, yeah. Go ahead and roll.
Ninjutsu without adept?
Yeah, without the adept bonus.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
18.
Okay.
So, do I know, like, any sort of summon animals that can burrow underground?
Actually, you don't normally do books and studying, but
No.
you kind of had to really put
For
a focus.
summoning.
You kind of really had to put a focus on your summoning. And you do remember that, there was a creature in summonings that did focus on burrows.
Mm-hmm.
The book that you had didn't really have a whole lot about it, other than it came from the burrowing summon were usually people that were found in, like, the desert, which this is not.
Ew. No, it's not the desert. You're a long way from home.
And we will end it, and just for sake of you don't know, I'll give you an insight as to what it actually is.
I was gonna sit there and say we're gonna end it on like it coming up out of the ground and be like, oh, it's that.
Yeah. So Ken comes like flying, kind of, to get out of there. He like practically jumps 5 feet in the air when he gets out of the snow.
He's just like, run.
And he's like, okay, I had no clue what it was, and I wish I didn't find out what it was. And at about that point, a creature with a rider, by the way,
it has a... Okay.
it has a person.
I'm just in there going like, how is it ridden? Going through the ground.
It's it's interesting, but it is. Ever see the movie Tremors?
Oh gosh, those things.
So
a giant tremor worm. Okay.
I like this creature more than the original Imperial worm, so I sort of modified it. And,
okay. Shall be interesting.
Yep. I got a combat to plant next session.
Oh boy. Combat. Oh, it's something that has fast healing and mending touch.
Oh well. I dropped the mending touch for the whole tremor burrowing thing.
Oh, right.
Also, it's worth noting, why are they so far away from home?
Yeah.
And how did they
It's
get
like-
here?
I'd be like, you should not be here. We'll find out if we can capture the rider.
Oh yeah.
Wait, you did say it was a summon? But Tsume might not realize it's a summon.
She read up about this
Different
burrowing.
types of summons, but
Yeah.
she doesn't know if it is an actual summon because, you know.
Right, but Tsume is also, realistically speaking, if you're fighting any sort of big, large creature that is fighting alongside a ninja,
It's usually a summon.
odds are it's a summon, unless it's something they've been growing up with since they were a kid. So,
Good point. That too. So it's like either we sit there and figure out how to defeat this giant thing, or we just wait out until the chakra goes away and it just goes away.
yep. Depending
I
on
know,
how
like-
the combat goes.
Yeah, or we can talk our way out of combat. Miss Charisma, get to work.
That's actually a distinct possibility considering how I statted her.
Yep. And if that does not happen, well, there's going to be two punchy Tsumes just going ham. Just like, ah!
Yep. Oh, and hey, convenient. Minori's near water, so... That's useful.
Oh, hey. Yeah.
Ow.
Oh.
What?
She doesn't have ranged attacks, does she?
I mean... Ranged attacks... with water, sure.
Oh, then she can just, like, go simply stand on the water and just start shooting stuff at.
Yeah. She also has...
But I don't think a worm likes water, so...
She's a proficient water user, but her specialty isn't actually water. She has a special trait that lots of people come to her for when it comes to water, but That's because the people are trying to forcefully focus on the thing that they don't want to focus on. The fact that she's absolutely freaking attractive.
Yes. Miss Christmas.
Because
Anyway.
when Minori is not working with Water, she's going genjutsu happy.
Oh. Yeah, try to turn the big scary worm against the rider.
She actually... Wait a minute. Let me look at this move. This would be something that would totally work to get rid of this worm. Like, just flat out get rid of this worm.
Boop.
Yeah, it would. Duration.
Okay.
She's got one.
Okay. Well, at least we have something. Maybe.
Yep. If the worm actually is any kind of
Intelligent.
well, it's intelligent. Yes, it's a summon creature. Of course it is. But
Well, I mean,
if it's any kind of like a major threat, which yes, it would be, assuming that it attacks. Then yeah, Minori will have an option to try to get rid of it.
yeah, if not, I'm gonna have summons and just have my own summons and be like Battle of the Summoner. See if I can try to pull out a big gun out of my summons, but
You
should we
would
sign
have
out?
Huh?
Should we sign out?
Yeah. We'll. I technically didn't do a sign out with Giori. I kind of forgot.
Okay, so I guess you should do it with.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm going to be doing them back to back when I upload them. So if you want to do a specific sign out, sure. This has been Naruto: A New World.
Tune in next time where we figure out what Shiori's doing on the little Happy Paradise Island versus Tsume and this giant worm that she's probably going to get eaten by.